Katie, it was quite a way to finish up the regular season for the Whitworth volleyball team, facing the two teams tied for second place, Puget Sound and Pacific Lutheran. Pirates, a very strong three-set win on Friday against Puget Sound, and then a pretty stirring five-set come-from-behind victory on Saturday against Pacific Lutheran. What did you like most about what you saw this weekend?
It was such a fun weekend. Friday night, I felt like played really solid. We played consistent. We knew it was going to be a tough matchup. Really proud of our leadership throughout the entire weekend. I felt like our seniors were just leading our team in a really calm and present way. I think our entire team felt confident, and they were also very focused on making sure we were doing the right things. I think the thing I was most impressed by, starting on Friday and then finishing on Saturday, was just our entire team not getting distracted by all of the events of senior night, friends and family, and not succumbing to the pressure of the moment. I think sometimes when there's this buildup of and here it is, this is everything we work towards, in terms of our goals of hosting and finishing first, I think sometimes that pressure can be overwhelming, but I felt like they just stayed focused and present in the moment, and were just confident in what we were able to do. So yeah, I got that win on Friday, and then knew it was going to be exceptionally hard on Saturday. It's always just such a tough matchup with PLU. They do such a good job of playing defense and just really kind of deterring our offense and getting great touches, and it just wears you down mentally and physically. And I felt like in those first two sets, we were just a little maybe unprepared and still maybe a little fatigued and overwhelmed perhaps from the emotion of senior night. And so I just felt like we weren't giving it our best. I didn't think we were outworking PLU. And so that's what we talked about after set two, is just, if we're going to win tonight, we better be the hardest working team, and we need to come out there and we need to be more disciplined. And it doesn't have to be any one person's responsibility, just all of us together going out there and just being a little more disciplined and playing hard and playing together. And they were able to do that and come out victorious.
So you guys have checked off a pretty significant goal for the season, Northwest Conference regular season champions. How is it now that the team mentally gives the check, but moves to the next goal? That you can't be, or trying not to be satisfied with what you've gotten.
Right. Yeah. It's fun to kind of look back on the very beginning of our season, because our entire team, led by our seniors, before we even started practice in our preseason retreat, came forward with these goals. And goal one was to finish first, and with that host our conference tournament. Goal two is to win the conference tournament, and then goal three is to win, hopefully, a game in the NCAA tournament. And so I think in that way that they very much are kind of working through that list mentally, knowing that there is more to accomplish, and just because they accomplished step one, they still want more. And I think even, we won that first place outright on Friday, so I was a little worried about Saturday, them coming in and maybe being a little unmotivated, but that's not the heart of this team. I think if anything, they just are very motivated, and I don't even have to do much work on my end as a coach. I just felt like they generate that together amongst themselves, which is so fantastic. And so I just think now here we are at this moment where we get to officially, hopefully after competing hard on Friday and Saturday, maybe accomplish that second goal. But we also know it's going to be really, really hard. So I think we're just going to be all in on competing against George Fox on Friday, and hopefully that earns us a victory. And if so, we'll be ready for whoever we play in that championship on Saturday.
Talk about maybe how George Fox has grown or changed since we saw them. It's been 4 weeks now, and we've played them twice, so we should know them pretty well, but they could have something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they definitely could. Reflecting back on when we played them last, I felt like they played us really, really tough, and we barely escaped with a victory in 5. And so I think they match up with us really well. They have a really good libero, really good setter, and when they're in system, their offense is really, really strong and tough to defend. And so I just think on our end, we're going to have to play really focused, intentional defense, and hopefully within those defensive rallies, being able to convert some of those contacts into some kills. And I really would love to see kind of our offense start to be more efficient and just get more consistent towards the end of the season. But I think, yeah, George Fox is going to be tough, and it certainly is going to be tougher competition than we even faced that second time at their place. So I think we'll just have to be ready to go and focus on us and what we can do.
And if we should come out victorious, we know we'll play either Puget Sound or Pacific
Right.
Lutheran. They were just here,
Yep.
so we're pretty familiar with them. They're very familiar with us. How does that help them, having just been here, to come right back?
Yeah, I think that's probably exactly what their coaches are communicating with their teams. Well, we've been there before. We were just there. It shouldn't be unfamiliar. And I think, especially PLU probably walked away with lots of confidence in knowing what works for them against us and how they can kind of get us on our heels a little bit. And so I very much would expect them to make some small changes and be ready to go, and it'll be a really tough match.